Well, it's going very hot here for the next few days. Not as hard as Europe, but it's, you know, I've read that they're saying that it's got to be the hottest July day on Thursday. So, there you go. Anyway, I thought I'll just work out something for this, right? Just for something to do, really. And I've looked at me bits and pieces of metal I've got, and got all sorts like, and thought of different ways to do it, because that's not tightened on. I've got it on, as you can see, but it's not actually tight yet. And there's a slightest bit of sideways movement, and they have sent an insert to fit this size, but I'm not sure if it, you know, we'll have to wait and see, because we're not going to be using it much, but I might just use it a bit, but I want to do it the simplest way, right? So I think the simplest way of doing this, I've got these two bits here, you see, and I can of course pull it this way if I need to do, right? That's, you undo them and tap it through, you know, I could come through quite a bit more, but I think it's got to be alright there. Because I'm only going to be cutting, as I say, I'm not going to be using it very much, but it might be handy just if I need to cut, say, a piece of that, you know, just cut it short or something like that. I'm not slicing and doing long ways and anything, am I? But I might, sometimes I just need a piece of wood, just a short piece, you see. So I could use wood for the table, I could use anything, couldn't I? I could even leave it, you know, it wouldn't matter. Or I could extend it out here, but it wants to be here, you see. So what I think will work and be fairly simple to do, because I don't want to be doing a lot of work, you know, is I've got that piece, and I was thinking of cutting it down and twisting it and bolting it on. Then I looked at it and had another idea which I think will work, and that is if I just bend the sides down like that, flat there, I can put two bolts in one side and one another. So that's only, I've only got drill 3 holes, you see, haven't I? And then leave that about there, and then this piece I've just got to, it's not quite flat that way, but there's enough that way, sorry, will be the best way, and it'll come to about there, you see. And all I've got to do is cut a slot in the top, and we've got it done, haven't we, really? So I'll get on and do that. I might show you a little bit of it. There we are, it's bright enough without the lights on, and I'll leave you long shot. Won't be a lot to see, because what I can do is put that there and mark roughly, because this is a, as I say, I can move it a fraction, you see, can't I? It doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm drilling holes. So the first thing to do, we've got to bend this. So what I've got to do is to hold that on there and just make sure I bend it above the thing in it. I want to be up here somewhere. I don't want that much of the saw showing through, and there's a grease nipple, so I want to be well above that, just for safety, so we can come there. That's about right, I think. We'll see if we can bend it there. Well, it's ended up not too bad. Remember, this piece is going to be bolted onto there, right? And it'll be in the middle, like with 3 bolts. See? Like that. That's what I was thinking. It'll be good enough for what I'm going to do with it. Right, so what I did in the end, I started it as you saw, and then I put it in the vice that way, each end, keep going a bit more, and then I put it in that way in the middle, like that, you see. So when you haven't got equipment, that's how you have to do stuff. Right, I'll measure the other end, and as I say, it doesn't matter too much how square and thing is, because I'm going to bolt it onto the sides of the frame. Well, just holding it together with mould grips, you get the sort of idea. And I need a slot in it nearly the width of the blade and about where the blade is. So that's where I need my slot cutting, which I can do. And if I make it the width of the blade, but that's about in the middle. I haven't checked, have I? I haven't checked that. I better just check that, because if I'm going the full width of the blade, well, there's no need to measure it. Look, that is 6-inch blade, so I'm going to put a 5-inch slot in. Right, so I'm just going to measure this, which is 8.5. Right, so 4 1/4 is the middle. There, that's about right. And a 5-inch slot is 2.5 either side of it. Right, so it must be to there and there. Like I said, I'm stood in front, so I'll just we've only rested it on top of the saw, have we? So I'll just show you. There you are, you see. Right, so I've just got to nip down and cut that off where I've marked it on the inside, if you can see, and just clean these up a little bit, and then we'll get round some holes. Well, I got those done. Look, they've not come that bad. Say, it's not that critical, you know, we're not doing superb stuff now. And there's that one, we're near enough. And instead of using bolts, I'm getting short ones, I think it would be best to try and use those. We'll have to see, because I can clamp it together and put it on then in the right place, or somewhere in the right place. I mean, that, as I say, isn't critical, because that it goes on like that, you see, and there's plenty of room, and it's not going to be too low. It'll be about there, so I can put it. So I think the thing to do is to put this on, get some little mould grips somewhere. There, tiny ones, that'll do. Just to hold it while we're in position. And I'm coming up a tiny bit with it, not going right to the bottom. And then that's on like that. That's on like that. I'm going to have to get the other side the same to get it flat, and then put that on there. Like, well, I found it quite easily because it was here. So as I haven't shown you much lately, I'll just eye it up and we'll put one in. I have squared it up, by the way. This way. There we are. That's that one. And that in. Get another one of these out. One of these, you see. And you just put that in there. And it drills quite easily. Put slow speed. There we are. That's not a bad job, I don't think. I think that's going to work quite well. Right. I'll get on and finish putting this on and then I'll show you it. So there we are. Finished thing. Goes round, as you can see, it would need centralising slightly, possibly. I can do that. But look, it's all nice and solid, you see. And it goes that way. And as I say, at some point I'm going to have to try and get a flat belt pulley for this, you know, and get on for the engine. But there, that one, I think this will stay like this now because it's, I think it's going to be a tiny bit useful. So there you go. There, look, there's the finished thing, you see. What do you think of that? Right, we'll try it another day.